welcome to a very special edition of previously unseen clips from this series of Would I Lie to You? On David Mitchell's team tonight, Mackenzie Crook, Frank Skinner, Catherine Parkinson, Dara O'Brien, Lorraine Kelly, Bill Oddie, David O'Doherty, Rebecca Front and Jack Whitehall. And on Lee Mack's team tonight, Miranda Hart, Rod Gilbert, Nick Hewer, Sarah Millican, Louis Spence, Bill Turnbull, Victoria Corrin, Barry Cryer and Sue Perkins. And so to Home Truths, where our panellists each read out a statement from the card in front of them to make things harder. They've never seen the card before and they've got no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. And Mackenzie, you're up first.
When I won the Pirates of the Caribbean Sandcastle competition, Keith Richards was so angry he stamped on my drawbridge and threw Johnny Depp's bucket in the sea.
This is delicious. Lee, what do you think?
The competition was what, at the end of the filming of the whole thing, or...?
It wasn't at the end, it was during one of the films. I think it was the second one. We were...
Right.
Yeah.
Why was Keith Richards there?
Keith Richards played...
Why was Keith Richards there?
Oh, was he in it?
Did you go to the cinema?
I don't really watch TV or go to cinemas. I'm struggling to recognise anyone round here, to be honest.
Well, imagine how we feel. I thought the Chuckle Brothers had split up. Do you have any connection with popular culture?
None whatsoever. Big fan of yours, though.
Oh, don't applaud it.
So your sandcastle, why was your sandcastle so good?
I'm just particularly good at making sand castles, sand sculptures. It's one of my... Some people say it's a superpower.
Well, it isn't really, is it?
No, it's not really.
A burning building! There's a child trap! Don't worry, I'll make a dolphin.
Had Keith Richards made a sandcastle?
I think he'd attempted one. He wasn't in the best of health.
If Keith Richards hadn't had a proper go at the sandcastle because he didn't really care, why was he so angry that you'd won?
I think because I'd trumped Johnny Depp and they're very good friends and...
No, he threw Johnny Depp's bucket in the sea.
He was just furious.
He didn't know whose bucket it was. He went so mental he threw somebody's bucket without knowing whose it was.
Can you describe Keith Richards' sandcastle?
It was basically a mound.
Did he try to snort it?
And what beach was this?
This was on a beach in St Vincent in the Grenadines.
Was it a completely empty beach? There was nobody playing on it?
We were on...
Sandcastle Beach?
We were on, like...
Sorry, can I just interrupt? If there's a beach with Johnny Depp and Keith Richards making sandcastles, it's not an empty beach anymore. That's going to attract tourism.
I doubt they were having to film amongst holidaymakers. I've not seen in Pirates of the Caribbean families, you know, carrying kids into the sea. They went, in Captain Jack Sparrow. Sorry, mind you go there, kiddie. Put factor 24 on there.
How far out was the sea from where you were making the sandcastles?
Gosh, 50 yards?
And how... and Richards made it all the way down to the sea with Depp's bucket?
I reckon he ran 10 of those yards and lobbed the rest.
He lobbed a plastic bucket 40 yards?
I think you've heard enough. What do you reckon? Is he telling the truth?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Do you think he did it? You think it's a lie?
No.
I think he did it.
So you think he did? Do you think the story is true in basic?
I think the story is true in its basic form.
Right. Well, that's pretty much what we need.
That's the game, yeah.
So come on then, Lee. Truth or lie?
Right. I'm going to go with Rod and say it's true.
You say it's true. OK.
Yes.
Mackenzie Crook, star of Pirates of the Caribbean. Is it the truth or is it a lie?
It is a lie.
Yes, it's a big, big lie. Mackenzie didn't upset Keith Richards by winning the Pirates of the Caribbean Sandcastle competition. The cast actually used to pass time on the set by drinking lots of beer and then urinating their name into the sand. A competition that was amazingly won by Keira Knightley. Miranda, you're next. Off you go.
Last year, whilst house-sitting for friends, I had to shout for help for 2 hours when I got stuck in their children's Wendy house.
David, what do you think of that?
Right, so where was the Wendy house?
In their garden.
Was there bait in the Wendy house?
There was coke and I had to have it. No, I actually thought this looks fun. I'm going to go and have a little look.
You were supposed to be looking after the children?
No, I was house sitting.
Oh, you're house sitting,
yes.
right?
The Wendy house specifically, or the actual house?
The actual house.
Oh, the actual house.
What was it made of?
Wooden structure.
It was a shed. A wooden structure in a garden is called a shed, not a Wendy.
It was smaller than a shed. It was a little house made of wood.
So it looks very inviting. You open a little door, crawl in, then what happens?
Then I shut the door and think, oh, this will be fun.
Right.
I know I'm coming across a bit weird now. I go to the little door and there's one of those latchy things which doesn't work. And then, so I think, well, I'll just push it. And you see, it got stuck to the concrete on the bottom.
Right.
And I could not push it.
Well, that's quite sad.
So it was...
It was a very...
You're like a very posh Chilean miner.
So you shouted for 2 hours?
Yeah.
What did you shout?
Help me!
I think she shouted. Recipes?
Who saved you in the end?
The neighbours.
And how did they manage to open the door?
They got a little saw and sawed around the latchy bit.
How?
It's an episode of Tom and Jerry.
How do you do that? How do you get a saw in there?
It was one of those ones.
Jigsaw. Yeah, that's a jigsaw.
So it has a thing that initially penetrates and then cuts laterally.
There is...
Jigsaw. Have you ever thought of advertising for B&Q? You'd be the perfect voice. Are you looking for something that does that, then penetrates laterally? B&Q.
Which way are you leaning on this?
So are we leaning towards a lie?
Yeah, but I slightly wanted to be true because I think it's a funny image of Miranda being stuck screaming in a Wendy house.
I'm not buying it, I'm afraid.
Let's say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. OK, Miranda, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Very well, though.
Bill, you're up next.
I have drunk rum from a human skull.
David's team, what do you think?
That must have been a dark moment.
I was in Haiti.
Right.
And I was working and the opportunity presented itself.
I don't think we need to ask any more then. How did the opportunity present itself?
I was attending a voodoo ceremony in the middle of the night.
Right.
Best time for a voodoo ceremony. Those 10 o'clock brunch ones are rubbish.
Were you covering the...
was this work-related?
Yes.
Work-related, yes, it was, yes.
Where was it held?
In Haiti.
Where specifically?
Where they practice voodoo.
Yeah, in a conference centre?
It was out in the countryside.
Right.
In a little shed thing.
Right.
And they passed around this skull.
Yeah.
It wasn't the whole skull that was full, it was the top had come off. They poured rum in it, and then they all took a drink from it, and they asked me to drink from it as well.
Oh. How did you know that this sort of grey...
How did I know it was a skull?
Yeah.
Someone told me afterwards. I thought it was a coconut at the time.
Right.
Did it have hair on the... Did it have hair coming out of it?
What?
Like a coconut. Like a coconut. He said he thought it was a coconut. There are two hard, round things that have hair on them. Human heads and coconuts. That's the point.
Not the skull. The skull doesn't have bloody hair on it.
The cranium. I think it's possible I've seen hair on a pork scratching. It gets passed round, you take a sip from the weird grey saucer, it gets passed on, the voodoo ceremony ends, you head back. Who tapped you on the shoulder and went, I'll tell you what you just drank out of, mate?
Was it the bloke with his brain showing?
No. I was there, actually, to do an interview with a zombie.
Right.
You met the zombie?
Yes.
When you say zombie,
yes.
What do you mean?
Well, he's a zombie.
Well, a zombie is somebody in the hinterland between life and death, you idiot. Evidently wasn't that.
Can I just say, your hosting position is getting a bit aggressive.
Why a zombie, Bill?
They said he was a zombie.
Oh, right.
They brought him in and they said, now you can do an interview with him.
But that's not right.
Did you mic the zombie?
So what are you thinking, David? Is Bill telling the truth or is he lying to us? What do you think?
Catherine, what do you think?
I think it's so mental and ludicrous. I don't think it's true.
Insane. I'm going to say that is not true.
In which case we're going to say we think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? OK, Bill Turnbull. Truth or lie?
What do you say? Insane, ludicrous, and true.
Rebecca.
Right. OK. I have vomited in Cliff Richard's hedge.
Now, can I just be very clear about this? I don't know about you, but I'm terrible with euphemisms. Was it his front hedge or his back hedge?
Lee, please, Lee.
It was the hedge
inside a Wendy house.
The pavement. The front
Where
boundary.
is this house?
I think it was Surrey.
You think? How drunk were you?
No, I was very, very young at the time. This kind of explains the vomiting.
How old are you?
Young. I think I was about 5 or 6.
How did you know it was Cliff Richard's house?
Yeah.
Because I
He came out and said congratulations.
I had been taken to see this house because it was Cliff Richard's house.
Oh, you were taken as like a day out?
Yeah, because I was a big fan at the time.
Was it a revulsion or something you had eaten?
Car sickness.
Can't say that.
Yeah.
What was the plan when you were getting there?
It was a drive-by,
Just
almost.
him?
A drive-by puking. Drive-by puking.
Drive-by vomit.
Presumably there was a lot of other vomit in the hedge. It was sort of matted with the vomit of admirers.
Probably.
Was Cliff in the house going, oh. What's... I'm doing Cliff Richard.
Very important.
You never want to say the phrase, I'm doing Cliff Richard. Never say that. Especially if you're doing that with your hands. I'm doing Cliff Richard. I'm doing Cliff Richard.
Such fun.
Did you just say such fun?
Yes, I did. So, what do we think, Lee?
OK, well, shall we say true, Nick?
I think so. It's a dismal little story.
Do you know what? Can I just say, you really should have your own chat show. You'd be
So, Lee, you are saying that it's true, yeah?
We'll say it's true.
You're going to say it's true. OK, Rebecca Front, is it true or is it a lie?
It is true.
Yes, Rebecca did once vomit in Cliff Richard's hedge. Cliff, on the other hand, has never been made to feel nauseous by a bush of any kind. And we'd like to thank our lawyers for the wording on that one. Sarah Millican, you're next.
I once ruined a christening party when I was overheard calling the baby ugly on a baby monitor.
David.
So the baby monitor, presumably, is by the baby.
Yes.
So most of the party is in, let's call it room A.
Okay.
And the baby...
How big is your house?
Is...
Room Z.
We'd never speak of room Z. And the baby is in room B, very appropriately in room B.
B for baby, yes.
So you're looking over the baby
Yes.
on your own?
No, a few of us had gone into, you're supposed to sort of
You're
go in
supposed to
and,
give a shit,
and have
aren't you?
yeah. Everybody was looking at it and saying how lovely it was, and it just, looked like a Winston Churchill, like they all do when they're born, just little and sort of fat. So I just,
What did you say?
I just said, wasn't very pretty.
What sort of monitor was it, Sarah? Was it an audio monitor? Because we recently invested in a video and audio monitor, and if there are any young parents like myself out there, then Then I would recommend getting the video because you can see them as well. It's lovely.
No, nobody's got.
Isn't that a
those
lovely
problems.
image? Rob's wife putting him in the cot like that.
It's just, it gives her peace of mind. She knows I'm safe.
I went on holiday with a couple, and they had a walkie-talkie on the dinner table in the evening, and they said, I said, what is that? They said, we use this as a baby monitor because they've got a much better range.
But don't the
than a
babies have
baby
to?
monitor.
Wouldn't the baby have to press it down to talk into it?
Yeah, it sort of went, over.
David, what's it going to be, truth or lie?
I would say that saying that basically what you were saying is, oh, babies all look the same to me, they look sort of baby-like, I don't find them that pretty.
Yes.
That's not that rude a thing to say. Saying specifically that baby is hideous, what with its third eye and everything, that's different.
That wouldn't have been shocking because everybody else would have noticed the third eye as well.
Yeah, but they might have tried to be nice about it and say, oh, what a lovely extra feature. Frank?
Well, I sort of believe it.
Yeah, no, it's easily done.
I think we think it's true then.
You think it's true?
Yeah.
Sarah, were you telling the truth?
It is a lie.
Nick, you're next.
Possession.
Ah, right. There's a box. If you just pick that up, bring it up to the desk there. And would you read, there's a card in there. I'd like you to read the card first and then reach back in and take out the possession.
Right, OK. This is a hat from my hat collection. I wear one whenever I throw a dinner party.
OK, now take out the possession, the hat.
Please be a fez.
Wow. Oh, let's see.
There we are, how's that?
Wow.
You should wear that in the boardroom. That would be terrifying.
Right, just pop it down there. So, David's team, what do you think?
What sort of hat is that, Nick?
That hat is the hat of a Kazakhstan border guard.
Can we have a look at it?
Yes.
Lee,
Well,
it's his hat. It's a hat.
Oh, yes, it's his hat, isn't it?
Thank you.
I would love to see you wearing that hat, David.
Well, I'd be very proud to wear it. It's a bit small for me.
Very fetching, though. Would you like to tell us how you came by this?
Yes.
Then
I
please
happened
do.
to be dawdling my way through Kazakhstan. And on my way out of Kazakhstan, I thought it would be sad to leave that great country without a souvenir.
Did this belong to a border guard? Did you?
I'm going to let that one pass.
Is that what you said as you walked through?
Are you implying that you stole it?
I'm not really. I'm pleading the fifth on that one.
Now, can you tell me something about your hat parties?
Yes.
What happens at these hat parties?
Wherever I go, I try and pick up a national hat. So I have one from Kyrgyzstan, from Mongolia, from Kazakhstan, from Russia.
So you have a whole assortment of ridiculous
I
military
keep them on
hats.
a beam on my house, and we have all the different hats up there. And when dinner parties get rowdy, we put our hats on.
Wow.
I want to go to that party.
Yeah. Is everyone allowed to wear these hats, or is it just you and
No,
Mrs. Nick?
everybody's got to pick their hats, and then sometimes during dinner we change them around.
Wild.
How do you swap the hats around? Like keys in a bowl sort of thing?
No, you just... Oh, may I have a go with yours?
I think it's very much like the keys in the bowl.
David, I'd like you to take a guess now, please.
I think this is true.
You think it's true? OK. Nick, is it true or is it a lie? True. And here's a picture of Nick in another of his favourite hats. Isn't that nice? Yes, it's true. That is a hat from Nick's hat collection that he wears at dinner parties. At one of Nick's dinner parties ended up in a food fight. Margaret Mountford got a face full of sugar, and when Lady Sugar found out, she started a food fight. Catherine, you're up next.
Me and my husband have a fake laugh that we do at parties to signal when it's time to leave.
Oh, fantastic.
Lee, fake laughs, what do you know about those?
Well, I know she's been doing it quite a lot tonight. I have to go. That's nice. Do that again.
Is that it? What about just saying, "Can we leave now, darling?" That was, "Can we leave now, darling?"
So just put us through this scenario then. You're both having the same conversation at a party with somebody else.
And when one of us wants to go home, we will just laugh in a certain way.
And does your husband do the same laugh as you, or has he got his own version?
No, he's got his own version.
What's his laugh?
His voice is deeper than mine.
Same thing, but deeper?
Yes.
Like, for instance?
Do his laugh.
Sort of... it's sort of...
Give me your laugh again, because I didn't quite hear it.
Okay.
This is Catherine's laugh.
Yeah.
And now the husband's laugh?
Well, I'm not so good at doing that, which, you know...
Do the husband's laugh.
I feel like you're mocking me.
No, I'm threatening you. And your laugh again? And then his laugh? OK.
What was your laugh like again? And his laugh? When's the last time you did it?
Yes.
I think we did it about 2 weeks ago at...
Who are you talking to?
I'd rather not say on television.
Is it a television person? Was it someone famous?
No.
Well, still, but it's just no. It's not someone famous. It's someone who loves being insulted on television.
So, Lee, let's go for a guess.
Should we say it's true? Is that what we're saying?
I think that, but I'm going with you.
You're trusting me, aren't you?
I'll trust you.
Trust.
I don't know why, but I will.
Go on, true?
You're saying true. OK. Catherine, truth or lie?
It is, in fact, a lie.
Oh!
Yes, it's a lie. Catherine and her husband don't have a fake laugh that they do at parties to signal when it's time to leave. When they're bored stiff at a party, they say, "Thanks for having us, Rob, but we'd better make a move." Bill?
It's a possession.
There's a little box under your desk. If you'd bring that up, please. Take the possession out for us, and then read the card for us, please.
This is my conversation book. In it... I've written a list of topics that I refer to should I ever run out of things to talk about.
How do you, without seeming weird, consult the book in the middle of this foundering conversation? Like that?
Like that? You hardly noticed. Have you thought about draft-proofing your house recently?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Is that one of your subjects? To sort of enliven the conversation?
Is that genuinely in the book?
No, to be honest...
Let me see.
To be honest,
give me the book.
this bit could be good.
Roll me the book.
This is a very special book to me.
We promise we'll take good care of the book. Right, let's have a look. OK. Home insulation tips is indeed the first thing. Interest rates. Very low, of
course. They may be going up.
Yeah, they may be going up, but not on this programme. Are the Cotswolds overrated? Are the Cotswolds overrated?
See? It's interesting, isn't it?
Rugby? 3 question marks after rugby.
Do you not know much about rugby? Is that why you were a bit worried about it?
I'm just not sure. Sometimes it doesn't really work as a topic.
So-
and I'm not sure how
Not with
well it
women.
would go with you, Catherine.
Well, quite a few of those won't go very well with me, if I'm honest with you.
Seriously, when was the last time you thought about draft-proofing your...
Where do you stand?
What do you call it? Is there a name like the governor? I'll just ask the governor, something like that.
Oh, yeah. You call it the Euston-off. I'll just consult Euston-off. Rugby?
Let's write some unexpected ones in it, and he'll just be laughing. Boobs!
So, Archbishop, what do you think about boobs? Oh, my God! I said boobs!
right, David, come on.
Well, I don't think it's true.
I think it is true. I mean, look, you went to all the effort of doing it.
Well, someone did. Well, you think it's true and you think it's a lie. Is that right?
Yeah.
Decide.
I think it's a lie. My instinct is it's a lie.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
OK, Bill, truth or lie?
I'm immensely relieved to tell you that it is, in fact, a lie.
It's a lie. It's not Bill's conversation book that he refers to if he ever runs out of things to talk about. In fact, if Bill ever finds himself short of things to say, he just throws to Carol Kirkwood for a roundup of the weather. It's me. For 1 week, I appeared in a Dear Deirdre photo casebook in the Sun newspaper. Both teams are able to probe me. Although I'd be happiest if it was Lorraine.
Can I just clarify the Dear Deirdre is the sex thing where you have sex
You're in
problems
bed
and you're the photographs with the balloon coming out your mouth. And what are you doing? What's your relationship problem?
I was the husband.
What was the problem?
The wife was attracted to my friend.
And what face did you do?
I only realised at the very end.
Oh,
so
go on,
most of the time I was being happy or vacant.
How did you find out in the story about the... that she fancied the...
I walked in on them. So I
did they walk in?
So I had to be
Oh,
shocked.
do
Sorry.
the face,
I
do
did
the face.
vacant, happy, shocked and sad.
So do happy.
Do vacant.
Shocked.
Do sad.
Sad.
Oh. Well, that's nasty. That looks pained.
Well, how would you feel? My best friend was in bed with my wife.
No, but I'm saying something. No, it doesn't look like you're upset. It looks like you're trying to pass something uncomfortable.
Let's imagine for a moment that Lorraine was my wife. Oh. She is having a relationship with the better-looking half of Mitchell and Webb, OK?
Right.
But he's not here, so we'll use David. Right? So the two of them, so get yourself in a position that might, you know...
Oh, we're having an affair, is
yes.
that the thing?
So we have to get closer.
I don't know how you do that.
Do it.
I can sit on you.
Oh, all right.
Wow. I don't want to touch you.
OK.
In this scenario,
Am I waiting my turn?
So I'm coming home. I'm about to give you shock. Yeah? Truth or lie, Lee?
We can say lie, are we, Sue?
I think so.
Lie.
I think
OK.
so.
I don't think I can argue
Lie?
with that. So lie,
OK, David?
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? OK, we'll say it's a lie.
You say it's a lie? Aha. It is, in fact, a lie. Well, that's all for now. Good night.
Thanks for watching. You know what would be great is if you liked and subscribed. I'm so needy, I'm so sorry. And why not come and see me live? The tickets are available at sarahmillican.co.uk. Put the kettle on and settle in.